Hey, what's up? This is Reed. Today I'm excited to try out the long-awaited Wyze Sense that was just released. I'm going to test out the contact sensor and the motion sensor, and I'll share a few ideas on how you can use them with IFTTT, besides just using them with the Wyze cams. I'm going to be giving away 1 or 2 Wyze Sense starter kits, so stick around to the end to see how to be entered. As you can see, the box is really tiny, like smaller than a folded up $20 bill, which is how much the whole Wyze Sense starter kit costs. Inside you'll get 2 contact sensors, 1 motion sensor, and a hub. Each sensor is a little bit bigger than a quarter. The hub plugs into the USB port in the back of the Wyze Cam or the Wyze Cam Pan, so you need one of those cameras for this to work. The hub allows your sensors to not use Wi-Fi to improve their battery life. The batteries come pre-installed and will last about a year. The starter kit comes with a little pin. You click Add a Product in the Wyze Cam app while using the pin to activate the sensor. It pairs up right away. So the sensors are really small and inexpensive, but how well do they actually work? First, let's look at the contact sensors, and these are typically installed on doors, windows, or cabinets. One side has a battery and a tiny LED light, while the other side is a magnet. When the contacts are too far apart, the LED light lights up and the sensor status changes to open. The distance for that is about 1 inch. And if you try to install it too far apart, that won't work because it will never sense that it's closed. These sensors are easy to install because they have a little adhesive on the back of them. Just use a little rubbing alcohol to clean the surface before you install them, and they shouldn't fall off. Next is the motion sensor. I'm not a big fan of how it looks, since it kind of sticks out and almost looks like a little camera, which might make people feel uncomfortable if it was in a guest room or something. I won't complain though, because this thing can pick up motion so far back, about 30 feet, and it could still pick up motion. It also did a really good job not detecting my hand being away from far away, but it did detect me walking back and forth from that distance. The motion sensitivity works pretty good on the motion sensor, but you can't adjust the motion sensitivity in the app like you can with the cameras. Maybe that will come in the future. Wyze is actually pretty good at updating their software, so I'm not too worried. Taking a quick look at notifications. They come turned on by default. I think it might be a little much to be notified every single time a door is open or there's motion, but the contact sensors do have an option to notify you only if it's left open for a specific amount of time. Flies love to come in through the back door that gets left open all the time. It does make for good target practice with the salt gun though. Notifications are speedy, but you can't configure the notifications to only come in at a certain time. So you can't be notified if there's motion in the middle of the night. You have to use IFTTT for that. And there's a few extra steps you have to do with IFTTT to make that happen. I wrote an article that you can find in the link above or down in the description that will explain how to do that. As you probably know, these work great with the Wyze Cam to trigger video recordings. This can be turned on in the settings under Sensor Videos, where you can choose which cameras you want to record. For example, I have a Wyze Cam Pan pointing toward the back door. I installed a contact sensor on the back door, and whenever the back door is open, the pan cam adds a clip to the event's timeline. You can also find the clip by clicking on the sensor, and it will show you a thumbnail of the video, which you can click on and view. In my testing, there's about a 1 to 2 second delay, so the event begins after I've already stepped through the door. But I have a continuous video recording to an SD card, so I can always go back and watch more footage. As I said, these sensors are IFTTT compatible, so it opens up what you can do with these sensors. And there's about a 1 to 3 second delay when using these sensors with IFTTT, so keep that in mind. One idea is that you can have the fan turn on when you walk into the room, so you can use Bond fan control, a smart light switch, or a smart outlet, as long as it's compatible with IFTTT. Another idea is if your door opens, you can turn on a smart light. And we just covered a ton of inexpensive smart light bulbs that are all compatible with IFTTT, so go check that out if you haven't already. You can also put these on your kid's bedroom door to know if they're getting up in the middle of the night or if they're sneaking out. Also, I gotta talk about light strips. I have some inexpensive IFTTT compatible light strips underneath my bed, and I can easily put this Wyze motion sensor on the ground next to my bed, so when I get out of bed the lights turn on, and when I go back to bed the lights turn off. And I did this in a recent video, but I really love this feature. Since you never can have too many of these sensors, I'm going to be giving some away. Comment down below with your favorite idea on how to use a contact or motion sensor, and I'll choose my favorite 1 or 2 and send you a Wyze Sense starter kit. I've covered Wyze in the past and I'll keep reviewing them in the future, so make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Next time on Smart Home Solver, put this contact sensor on your snack cabinet and set it to record when it's open to find out who's eating all of your treats.